I'm Zoe, and back with some more drawings, and today we're diving deep into the unknowable past. Ancient times where historians had to make guesses based on relics and fossils about how people lived. What time period is this? Humans have been around for thousands of years, so you might find yourself asking, well, dear viewer, we will be traveling back to the far-off lands of early 2000s, or better known as modern-day Facebook. So, more specifically, we'll be taking a look at some of those old name generators that are based off like your first and last initial, or your birthday, that kinds of stuff. You'll be finding out things like what your stoner name, for an example. We're not doing that one today, but that could have been a fun one. So I found 3 things on the internet and created characters based off those names. So without further ado, let's get into this. Alright, so first up we have our very first thing. Let's just hit play real quick. So our first one is, what is your anime series title? Basically, I pull all these up here on Google, so I don't actually know where they originated from. Somewhere, on the ancient internet, and, that's fine. I don't really need to know. Though I do wish I could give proper credit to where it was from. Maybe you'll recognize the image that would have been up on screen for you to see. So I wanted to start off this with a bit of a floaty kind of pose, because our name is Space Princess Girl, as you can see in the top left. This name, it really felt like a please, I'm a girl anime for girls. Please don't, boys not allowed to watch, no boys. But you know what, that's fine. Basically I had to take my first initial, middle initial, and last initial, and that there chose the title. So for me it was Space Princess Girl. I really wanted to try and base this kind of off like 80s anime style spacesuits, because also the name just sort of felt like it could be an 80s anime. Like, it really just hit that era, or it felt like it could have hit that era for me. So that's what I went ahead and attempted to do. As you see, I go around and try, and sometimes succeed, sometimes struggle a little bit before I finally get things. And then we eventually got it. So next we're doing this. It's a bit of a new style of inking for me. I haven't really started it right now. Well, I'm actually just now starting it, but I wanted to try and make my lines a lot thicker. Well, not necessarily a lot thicker, but more varied. And the pens that I use, they kind of don't do that as well as what I would like. Maybe I can futz around with the settings of it and see if I can do that, but I found going in and manually thickening things up towards one end or in the middle or just kind of in random spots really did a lot to help improve the quality of the line art, and I'm actually pretty happy with it. It did take a fair bit longer to do than my normal line art, because instead of just once I get the line in the right spot I move on, I have to come back and thicken up the lines. So a decent portion of all of these speed paints were dedicated to going through and doing these lines. It was time consuming, but ultimately I think overall it was worth it. So now we're just kind of filling out the rest here of our drawing, and that's fine. Our colors, it took me a while. I spent a while thinking, like, what colors do I want to do? I didn't know. I was like, Space Princess Girl. Space Princess Girl. What colors does that evoke in my mind? And, well, I had to be fairly basic with that one, and, was like, what does Princess Peach do? She's a princess, and she's a girl. So, like, what if we did space? So, yeah, eventually when I get coloring, I kind of just use, like, a bright pink for a lot of it. And, you know, that's fine. I really did do, like, the blonde hair, blue eyes, that kind of stuff for Princess Peach. She's Space Peach. I can't call her Peach because, that would get Nintendo coming after my ass, and I don't want that. Our shadowing, we didn't really, our shading, we didn't really do anything. Our shadowing the hedgehog. We're shadowing the hedgehog of our Space Princess Girl. Where was I? We can't name her Peach because we just don't want to get copyright problems. Though I suppose we could name her Peach, just so long as we don't put from Mario underneath of her. I think we'll be fine. But no, what I think that we should probably name her something, and I don't know, nectarine, plum. Plum would be more of a purplish color. Yeah, I don't know. Perhaps her name is... I'm trying to think of names with P, like Penelope. Yeah, her name's Penelope. I think that that's a good name for her. Our background, we just did her floating above a planet. A free floating, apparently. So, you know, that's safe. They usually have a tether. But not Penelope. She doesn't need no tether. Maybe she's magic. Anyways, this is enough of Penelope and the hit anime Space Girl Princess. Sorry, Space Princess Girl. I got the words confused because it's so generic sounding. Yeah. Also, I did notice when I was picking the kind of like teal color, I was like going for an opposite kind of a thing for pink on the color wheel, and her outfit's a little transcoded, which who knows? I'll leave that up to you. Let's move on. Our next attempt here at this is a pirate ship name generator, and oh boy, has this one been a doozy. There's been multiple problems with this one on several occasions. And that's not really just because I did multiple false starts. One of them was with me actually doing the drawing, where I was like, yes, we're doing a pirate ship name generator. That means I absolutely have to be drawing a pirate ship, because, you know, that's a character. So I probably spent like about an hour futzing around with, how do I draw a boat? And then deciding, I really don't want to draw a boat. And then realizing, oh no, the challenge wasn't to draw a boat, it was to make a character. So yeah, that there was the first false start. The second false start was the first time I tried recording the audio, which this is attempt number 2. We'll see if I did everything correctly, but when setting up the speed paints, because I did this in multiple sittings or drawing sessions, I accidentally, when putting them together to do the speed up, did the same speed up twice instead of, or the same segment twice instead of part 1 and part 2. So when I got like halfway through recording it, watching the speed paint, I realized, oh, it started over. We're at the very beginning again, and that's not quite what I want. So maybe I should actually start talking about the drawing that's going on here. And, Metal Skull would be the name that I generated from my pirate ship name generator. Again, it was just a first name, last name thing. So, Metal Skull, and I was like, why is this man referred to as Metal Skull? And I was like, well, obviously it's because he wears a Metal Skull mask. So, you know, it's a little on the nose, but whatever. That's fine. For his outfit, I kind of based it off drawings of pirates, and like, I think paintings. The one I think I was looking at was like one of Blackbeard. I don't actually know if it was of Blackbeard, but it was a man who had a black beard and was a pirate uniform. So, I assume so. I honestly have no idea. I don't even know if there's actually paintings of Blackbeard. But yeah. So that's how we wound up with this outfit. And the pose is just Metal Skull heroically standing on the front bow. The bow is the bow part of the ship. Bow is a VTuber. But it's also the front part of the ship, is it not? Or is that a different part? I don't know. Ship experts, you tell me. Because I don't know. I'm not a boat person. So yeah, we did our whole line style, our new line style with this one. We're doing it with all of them. Except this one. Well, last time I don't think we did lines for our background because it was really far away. This one we did do lines. And you know, again, I'm really happy with how it turned out. So, coloring, I think I actually colored this pretty well on my first time around. I had to redo some lines because I realized, oh, this isn't quite right. And then some other things I redid. I didn't actually do it right on my first time. I don't know. Recording, tell me. Did I do it right? Did I do this right? Yeah, I did this right because I'm just going in and shading straight away. So yeah, Metal Skull the Pirate, you were painful because I had to I had to redo you twice. And that there is not fun. I don't really know what kind of pirate he is, whether he's a ruthless captain or if he's just like a silly little dude. I'm not sure what kind of captain we're going for on that. Because you got all these kid shows that'll be like, ah yes, pirates, cool adventure. Well, the reality is like scurvy and crime. I don't know if that, well, that's probably, yeah, the reality. I'm not a historian pirate expert. For the cloud shading, what I did is I wound up just blending in a little bit and calling it good for that. And then I just kind of plopped in a sky background because I'm like, we're not at the right angle to see the sea. And, I don't know, I was feeling tired. I was feeling tired at that point. So we just wrapped it up there and plopped on a paper texture. So, yeah, that's Metal Skull. Let's move on to our last name generator. Why did I say that so weirdly? Alright, so our last, but certainly not least, random generator is one that is, what's your superhero name? And for this one, for a good long while, we stood there not doing anything until I found a pose that I kind of liked and was like, yeah, I think we can make something based off that. So I quickly roughed one in, and also I had to keep it up because drawing muscles is hard. I'm not very good at it. So I had to look at buff men while drawing this one. This man. And this man, his name, this time it was actually based off my birth month and birthday. So for me, that would be July 27th, and that made his superhero name Rainbow Devil. Yeah, that threw me for a loop. I was tempted to use someone else's name, but then I'm like, no, that's not in the spirit of the challenge. And I also like how I put guidelines for those eyes and then completely ignored them. Just sort of plopping them in the middle, being like, yep, those eyes do not reach that eye size. So I started off going and trying to make him more devilish, and what better kind of devil than a devil who is flipping you off? That's what I thought. You could only think of Karlak, but she's not a devil. She's a tiefling. And she is far better than Rainbow Devil. So, yeah, for Rainbow Devil, it was a pretty quick pose. We cut him off at the thighs. We didn't want to draw his feet. We didn't want to draw his legs. That there would be too much work. And then, I got into drawing all of his, muscles. And I think those are some good muscles. Not the best, most anatomically anatomy. Atomically correct. That's what I was looking for. I did it. I found it. I found the word. I said the words correctly for once. They might not be the most correct, but I think they're good enough. So, they work. Overall, his superhero costume isn't super interesting or unique. It's fairly solid in terms of coloring, like one major color, because, you know, he's a devil, which means red. We gotta go with red. And that's the color that we use after I finish up all of these lines. And we'll eventually do that. I feel like I say that as I'm doing them, because it takes time. But hopefully I'll get quicker at it, because I really do like it. So yeah, I was looking at some superhero costume images for inspiration, and also figuring out his power, because right now we just got Devil, and his name is Rainbow Devil. So I really thought it would be funny if you could make like rainbow fists and like rainbow punches. Rainbow fists and rainbow punches. Rainbow fists and rainbow lasers. I thought that would be really good, but like, he's a total edgelord and hates the fact that that's his superpower. So he gave himself like a devil costume aesthetic. Excuse me, Loki. Could you knock off that cat scratching on the tree? Okay, he did knock it off. That was surprising. I don't even know if the mic picked that up. But yeah, the rainbow fist, it does glow. And then we made that reflecting on the shading of this man. And you know, I think we did a pretty good job at doing that. Adding in the shadows in the muscles to make them a little more in depth, and then we kind of used like a shadow eraser on some of the edges to where it would fade away. A shadow eraser. A light eraser, I think, would be the correct term. A soft eraser, that's the correct term. I don't know why Shadow the Hedgehog keeps coming back into my word choices, but he does. And you know, I was really gonna phone in the background. I was like, let's use like a city image background, and then I was like, no, I can't do that because I don't want to be potential copyright for stock photos. So we just made some really fucking lazy bricks and then made it like a dark alley. And then I was like, oh no, that brick color is way too similar, so we changed it. And yeah, that was it. We really phoned in the background because I'm like, I don't want to do this background. He's in the alley of a brick building, and bricks are red, and so is his outfit, and it wasn't the best. And also the perspective on the brick sucks, and so does the lines. I did give up on that background. But that's fine, because we're done. We're done now. We're free. We can go home. Alright, thank you for coming around, sticking around to watch this here YouTuber video. I was really thrown off on trying to do that. This video has been a little bit different. Unlike my last different video, this one I usually script everything out and then, go from there. But I was also like, I really hate sitting down and writing a script. So I said, fuck it, we'll speed it up and we'll watch it. Today we ball. And, yeah, I think it went good. I think the fully improv thing is pretty good. So, yeah. Let me know what you, think. Also, if you didn't see that last video, there was me doing an edited of a stream that I did over on Twitch, and I stream every Mondays and Thursdays starting at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. So, if you enjoy the stuff I do here, why not check the stuff out over there? It's pretty fun. Anyways, if you enjoyed this video, go ahead and subscribe and leave a like and all of that other good stuff. Thank you, and bye!